Staying in Mpumalanga, the Mpumalanga government is considering declaring a state of disaster following torrential rainfall in parts of the province. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MEC Speedy Mashilo says the worst affected Nkomazi Local Municipality will need at least 300 million rand for recovery efforts. The department is still assessing the full extent of the damage in all affected municipalities, including Mbombela, Mkhondo, Bushbuckridge and Thaba Chweu. 19 people have lost their lives in the province since November. The South African Weather Service has issued a level 10 warning for Mpumalanga and Limpopo. For more on this, the spokesperson for the Mpumalanga Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Freddy Ngobe, joins us now via our video link for more on this discussion. Mr. Ngobe, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. Let's start off here. I mean, you have estimated some of the damage in your province to be at least to the tune of 300 million rand. What is the extent of the damage? Take us through what it looks like.
For the opportunity. The damage is quite devastating, particularly on public infrastructure. That includes your schools, roads, and other facilities like your health facilities and so on, even agriculture. The 300 million is roughly for Nkomazi only, where the MEC was visiting today. But generally, we had a meeting today with all the municipalities where it was estimated to be just around 2 billion. It's quite a lot, and since even the rains are still continuing, so we are still hopeful that it at least doesn't even get worse than currently what it is now.
What will it take for the minister to place the Mpumalanga province on a state of disaster?
Disaster in provinces or in the country are governed by existing legislation. So as we understand it, you would have to compile reports and do an assessment at a provincial level. Then you get to categorize it as to the premier have to sign off and send to a national department through the National Disaster Center, where the minister, through Cooperative, will then look at the report and do an assessment and sort of give a determination. That is the basis of that. And again, you must also know that Gauteng, Limpopo, and ourselves are affected. So it is a case of weighing it and seeing exactly how do you go about it. There are processes as governed by the Act.
And when it comes to the livelihoods which have been affected in your province, maybe just take us through how many people's homes have been burned by these torrential rains and these floods. And in terms of the help that they are being assisted with, what does that look like?
As correctly indicated, we have lost 19 people, which is quite unfortunate. As far as infrastructure is concerned, it's just over 1,200 houses, mainly in Nkomazi, Mbombela, and Chief Albert Luthuli. Mainly your roofs blown away, walls have collapsed, and so on, and even public infrastructure as indicated. We do continue with our humanitarian relief through DSD and other departments, including your private sector, in giving out your humanitarian relief aid, which will range from your blankets, food parcels, collapsible structures, and sponges and so on. So we do continue and through a collaborative effort, and also we play part in ensuring that at least people's livelihoods are restored.
When it comes to the issues of tourism in your province, the Kruger National Park has been largely affected. It was submerged or has been submerged underwater. And when it comes to the impact of tourism as a whole, how is that affecting your province and particularly, you know, the tourism community in Mpumalanga?
A disaster affects everyone in society. We do have our Tourism and Parks Agency, MTPA, which sees with this issue as far as tourism is concerned. We are consolidating reports and counting the stock, but for now, it will be difficult to sort of present as to where do we stand and so on. But what we're worried about now, or rather confronting, is to save lives and to ensure that people are out of danger and so on. At some point, we'll make a determination as to what was the impact and how much do we need from our coffers and what national can possibly give to provinces. Like you do have Gauteng and Limpopo, which are equally affected. So that is basically that. For now, we are more focusing on the humanitarian aspect of the disaster. At a later stage, we would have to come and fix the infrastructure, because you can't begin to be saying, let's fix the infrastructure, the roads and so on, because the rains are relentless.
And Mr. Ngobe, when it comes to the issues of tourism, I know that you're saying that your focus is on livelihoods at the moment, but we also heard there are some people, which my colleagues have been speaking to, they're also concerned about animals, that the animals at the Kruger may now make their way into various communities. What is the status they're looking like in terms of animals, and if whether those animals can make their way into neighboring communities?
As correctly indicated, this is a multifaceted approach in terms of disaster. You have your SABS, you have your KNP, you've got your MTPA, which is our Parks and Tourism Agency, ensuring that that aspect of the disaster is taken care of. Fortunately, we haven't had any incidents where you would have animals roaming around, affecting households or villages and so on. But of course, those are the issues which we are seized with, and MTPA is on top of the situation, just like any other agency which we work with as a sector within tackling this disaster or ensuring that at least livelihoods are kept safe.
Mr. Ngobe, thank you so much for that update. That's the spokesperson for the Mpumalanga Department of Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs Department, Freddy Ngobe, giving us the latest in terms of the flooding and torrential rains in Mpumalanga.